Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
At the beginning of the week,
Good. Just us?
So far, I think Anne's coming.
Okay. All right. See you at 8:30.
Okay. Take your feet to the width of the mat. Maybe towards the back of the mat. You're going to take your arms, have them go to the side with your palms facing up. And then squeeze those shoulder blades by pulling the arms backwards. And then keep that squeeze of the shoulder blades and then rotate the palms the other way. And we're just going to do this a few times just to sort of warm up the shoulders. You know, keep them up and then sweep them up. They don't have to go all the way together. Let's just kind of get warmed up. So whatever feels good. But while you're holding this, you want to be trying to pull the shoulders apart and down. And when the arms go over your head, position your head wherever your neck feels good. So maybe a slight tilt up of the chin, kind of play around with it. Now take the arms long, so pull them out to the side, squeeze them back again, rotate the palms. Turn them back up and bring them back up. And do that one more time. Take them down, rotate, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then sweep them up. Now you're going to do a full pull. Take it all the way down, relax your head. You're just looking through your legs. We want to unweight that upper body as much as we can. And enjoy the stretch to the back of the legs. Try to get your legs straight. And you're going to take your hands to the floor. We're going to walk out to a plank. So let's bring the shoulders over your wrists. Pick your face up if it dropped. Hollow out the belly. And take it to a down dog. We still have our feet far apart, and that's okay. Getting a nice little stretch for the calves as you push your heels towards the floor. So hold on that for just a few more breaths. The more you breathe today, the better for your body. So keep thinking about breathing as much as you can. Come back to plank. Step your knees in. Now you're going to be in a regular bear, so your feet are hip width apart. Your knees are just above the floor. Now from this bear, I want you to pull the hips backwards. And then come back forward again. And so the shoulders are over the wrists, and then you're moving them backwards. Getting a nice little stretch around the ankles. Now this time when you pull back, go to a small down dog and put the heels down on the floor. Get your legs as straight as they can possibly go. Now from this position, I'm just going to have you take your left leg and lift it up. And put it back down. Same with the other one. Lift it. And lower. Do it one more time on each side. Nice. Now bring the shoulders back over your wrists and step your feet back so you're in a regular plank. Now we're going to do some scapular push-ups here. So I'm going to have you drop into the shoulders and then push away. Drop in and press away from the floor. And keep doing that a few more times. And let's go to a regular downward facing dog. Hold here for 3 breaths. Okay, come back to the plank. Step your feet in so you're in bear. And this time we're going to put the knees down on the floor.
So make sure your wrists are right under the shoulders. We're gonna do 5 cat-cows. You kind of just go at your own pace. Play around with whether you pull the hips back or not. Just about creating movement, right? Space between those shoulder blades. Okay, now take your hands to the corners of the front of your mat. And you're gonna draw the hips backwards. And then come forward with the hips. And if you need to put towels under your knees or a little pillow or something, go ahead and do that. You're just rocking it forward and back. Range of motion is not huge. Okay, now come onto the tops of your feet and have a seat on your heels. Relax the forehead down. You're in child's pose for 5 big breaths. Okay, come on back up onto all fours. You're gonna step your feet back to plank. We're gonna do a little half hover and then meet in up dog. So come onto the tops of your feet, just hold it here for a few breaths. While you're here, you're pulling in the stomach. Even though it seems kind of hard to do, try to connect to that. You want to be pressing away from the floor. Nice. Now we're going to tuck the toes under. Come back to the plank. Just hold here with the belly in and your face up. So all the muscles you can think about engaging right now, you should. Push those heels backwards. Straighten out your legs. Let's go to a down dog. And now this time you're going to lift your left leg. And then switch to the right. Whoops, don't hit your furniture. Switch legs again. And one last time. Nice, now let's lift the left leg, and this time we're going to open the left hip up towards the ceiling. Little awakening for that hip flexor. Do the same with the right leg. Now come back to plank. Do that little hover, and then go to your up dog. Hold right here. Crowd out the chest. You're on the tops of your feet. Stay here for a few more breaths. Now from this position, just lower your chest down to the floor. You're going to take your hands right by your chest and you're going to lift the chest off the floor. Pull in your belly. Just breathe here. You've activated the erectus spinae muscles that run along your spine. Hopefully you're feeling those engaged. Try to lift the chest a little higher using those muscles. And now just relax the chest, turn your head to the side. Let's just take a few breaths. And let's come back to this. So face up, you're just looking down at the floor though, so your neck is long. Lift that chest up using those back muscles. Pull in the belly. Take a few more breaths. And now we're going to meet in a baby cobra. So come up onto your forearms. So the elbows, let's get them a little bit in front of the shoulders. And let's pull in the stomach. Let's just breathe in this position. Giving your lower back a little bit of flexibility challenge here. Big deep breaths. Nice, now bring the chest back down to the floor. And you're gonna take your hands back by your chest. And you're gonna push yourself back up, tuck your toes under. Push yourself up, meet me in a high plank. Take it to a downward facing dog. And now let's take baby steps with our hands all the way back to our feet. And let's just cross the arms, unweight the upper body and breathe. A lot of focus on breathing today. Yeah, let's take your hands above the knees. You're gonna help yourself come back up to a standing position. We're gonna take the feet to the width of the mat. Hands on your waist, just move your hips to the right. So you're trying to get a little inner thigh stretch on that left leg. And now, when we shift over to the other side, I want you to take your hips backwards to get there. And now hang out on this side. How fun are we having? How much fun? Okay, do it again. Other side, get that hip as you feel that release in the inner thigh. Take the hips back and around for the last time. Now come back neutral with the hips, take the right arm, reach it all the way up, straight up to the ceiling. Now try to retract the shoulder so it's not getting close to your ear. Take the hip out to the side, to the right, and now take this arm, just tilt over. Your arm stays long. Come back up with the arm. Come back in with the hips. Take the arm down, do the same on the other side. So reach this arm all the way up straight. Let that hip go left. Keep the shoulder away from the ears, and then take this one. And then come back. Let the arm come down, your hips are neutral. You're gonna bring your feet together. And we're gonna do a little calf work. So with your feet together, trying to lift up your heels is going to require engaging a lot of muscle because it becomes a balance challenge. So try it. Lift up. Try to balance equally on both feet and then lower back down. A lot of work for the calves, yes, and the ankles. But it becomes a very good balance challenge. Hold up, challenge it, see what you got, and then take it down. Try these movements to perform with as much control and you being the boss over them, as opposed to them saying, okay, we're going down. Try to take charge here and see how you can maintain balance. Do this a few more times. Equal weight in both feet, try not to let the body shift. And one more. Oops, well, let's take it up. Whoops. And then take it down. Nice, hands on your waist, pick up your left knee. Bring your hands to heart. Now you're gonna take this leg backwards and you're gonna fold. Oops, I gotta go forward, so I take the furniture. You're gonna fold down, hinging through your right hip. Keep your back leg bent. Now, once your torso is parallel to the floor, try to pull that heel towards your butt. And then come back up to a standing position and bring the knee back up to where you started. Circle your foot. Go the other way. Point and flex. Oh, she's so demanding. Put that knee down, take the other one up.
Now, remember, when we start the hip hinge, I want you to be nice and lifted out of that hip. Take the right leg back, but keep it bent. Keep pressing that heel towards your butt, so you have a big hamstring activation. That's what you want. When you think you got your torso parallel to the floor, slowly bring it back up. Lift that knee, whoops, lift your knee back up. And now circle your foot. Go the other way. And point and flex. Try to grow a little bit taller here while you hold this balance challenge. Little cracking, little popping. Woo, it's a party. Okay, take it down. Feet now are hip width apart. You're gonna bring the arms out and you're gonna lift them up. Not as far as you could get them, where you send your back into hyperextension. You want to stay nice and engaged through your butt and just get me some good elevation here with the arms. Now, give me a little hip hinge forward. So if you look at me from the side, I'm just sticking my butt back. Hold that. That's your lower back muscles working now and your belly. Pull it in. Just hold on this spot. Now, give me a little bit more of a hinge. Keep your arms up. A little bit more of a hinge. So it should be challenging for your back and the arms. And now come back up. Arms straight up to the ceiling if you can. And then let them go. Nice job. Left foot forward, right leg back. Sweep the arms up. We're stretching out this right hip flexor. Get up on your toes on your back foot. Hold the arms long. Shoulders are over your hips. So we're looking to feel a nice little pull right in the front of that right hip. Okay, now bring your arms by your side. Your palms are going to face down. Get as high on the toes on the back foot as you can. I want you to straighten your front leg. Fold halfway down with your torso. Hold on that spot. Most of your weight is in your left leg. Your spine is long. You're priding out the chest. And you're wondering when this class is going to be over. No, I'm just kidding. Bring your hands to heart. Little release for those arms. Now, everything else stays the same, except I'm going to ask you to rotate both shoulders to the left. So give me a little rotation. And now come back. And come back up with your shoulders. You're still high on those toes. Sweep the arms up. And let's do it again. Hands to heart, lean forward, rotate. Come back square, come back up, sweep your arms up. And one more time. Hands to heart, fold down, turn the chest, come back, step your back foot forward. We're just going to switch legs. Left foot goes back. High up on those toes. Reach the arms up. So right away, you should be feeling this left hip flexor. Okay, so keeping the front leg straight, let's take the arms down by your side, palms face down. Lower your chest. Front leg is straight. So you've got at least 80% of your body weight coming into that right side. Come back up. Bring your hands to your chest. Keep the front leg straight. Fold down again. Keep your spine long. Rotate both shoulders to the right. And come back square. Back up. We're gonna do it 2 more times, fold down. Stay as high on those toes on the back foot as you can. Rotate. Back. And back up. This is also a really good balance challenge. The closer those feet are, the harder it is. I'm from side to side, the closer they are, like if you're walking a tightrope. Close. More challenging. Farther apart, easier. Okay, let's just do one more, because it's so good. Hold down. Maybe a little more than the last one, and then rotate. Maybe a little more rotation than the last one. And then come back square, come back up, step your back foot in. Woo. That'll warm up the body. Reach those arms up. Do a nice slow swan dive all the way down, nice and slow. Let the head go, just breathe here, 5 big breaths. Okay, inhale, extend to a flat back. So you're looking up, your legs are straight. Fingertips only on the floor. Drift your hips backwards. Walk your hands forward as far as you can go. So you got a little tug of war going. Make sure you're not hurting your neck. So lower the head a little bit. Hold on that nice stretch for your lats. And your legs, of course, you're getting a great stretch. The more you push back those hips, the more length you're bringing to the back of those legs. And remember, if you plan on sitting today, you got to get up every 15, 20 minutes at least. Get blood flow moving. Okay, fold all the way down, let everything just unweight. Okay, inhale again to a flat back. Exhale down. Meet me in a high plank, so you're stepping both feet back. Hold your high plank for 5 breaths. Engage your stomach muscles and your glutes. Straighten out your legs. So I'm going to have you step your left foot up between your hands and put your right knee down on the mat. Let's take our left hand inside your front foot and let's pull the hips forward. So let them come forward and let your knee, your left knee also come forward. A little stretch for the groin area. So you're on your palms. If you want to, you can meet me down on your forearms, but it's not about forcing yourself down there. If your body is ready, you will know. Either way, our goal here is to just get a good release. So let's breathe here 3 more times. So if you're on your forearms, come back to your hands. Your back foot, I would like tucked under the toes. Now move your hips all the way backwards as far as they can go. And point your left toes to the ceiling. Your hands are staying exactly where they were, inside that front foot. Come back forward as far as those hips will travel. Take your gaze, look out. Do it again. Draw the hips back. Toes up. If you can walk your fingers a little more forward or your hands to the floor, do it. Come back forward with those hips for the last time. And now, since your back toes are tucked under, it's easy to come off that knee. Take your left hand to the outside of your front foot, step back to plank. Go straight to a downward facing dog.
And we're gonna lift and lower the heels. Lift up as high as you can. So you get a good stretch through the pad of the foot. And then drive those heels back down. Do that 2 more times. Lift up. And lower. And lift up. Look forward to plank. Step your right foot up between your hands. Lower your left knee to the floor. Let the hips come far forward so your knee is either over the toes or maybe even in front of the toes. Bring your left hand to the inside of that front foot now. Just hang out here and enjoy this nice groin stretch. If you're ready, take it down to the forearms if you like. Otherwise, you're happy where you are. That's awesome. Okay, back up to the hands. Now, you're gonna move the hips all the way back, lift your right toes up towards the ceiling. Walk your hands a little more forward if you can, so you got a little bit of a tug of war going on with the arms and the hips. Come forward. Take your gaze, look up, proud out your chest, pull in the belly. Take them back. Toes up. Try those hands. See if you can walk them out a little more. See if you can get those hips back a little more. And bring them forward. Nice. Now, come off your knee. Take your right hand outside that foot. Step back to plank. Let's do a little hover and meet in up dog. Hold on this spot for a few breaths. Toes tuck under, back to down dog. Get nice and high on the toes. Drive your heels down. Float back to plank. Put your knees down, kick your feet out to the side, lower your butt. Woohoo! We are on the mat. So, cheers. Happy Thursday. I feel better already than when I first woke up. I don't know about you, Sue, but I sure feel good now. Okay, we're gonna step this left foot inside our right leg. Like we do this stretch often because it's fabulous for your hips and low back, hip flexor and inner thigh. It just does so much for us. Let's walk it down the leg. Maybe we can hold on to that right foot. So your back is in flexion right now. Your forearms, maybe they're touching the floor, maybe not. It's okay. It's not about pushing anything. I just want you to hang out and breathe. This is like a happy, feeling good moment. It's a stretch that you don't have to work too hard for to get really significant benefits. So let's stay here for 3 or 4 more breaths, and then we're going to advance it. So while you're holding here for these breaths, think about lowering that left knee towards the floor. Okay, now take it back up. Sit yourself back up, but keep this leg where it is. Now, without using your hands, try to push your left knee down. It's probably not going anywhere, but it's activating. It's the effort that we're after.
So you're sitting equally, you've got weight into that right glute, right? You're not rolling up off that right side, because I don't want you to do that. And the modification for this is you can have your foot further out. You know, wherever you feel comfortable. Now, to advance this stretch, we're gonna take the foot to our leg. We're gonna keep this left foot flexed. And just see if you can hang here with this foot on your leg. Now take both your hands to that left knee. So you're sitting tall, you have fabulous posture. You're gonna pull the left knee towards you. And now bring it back where you had it. And it's slow, and it's gentle, and it's fun most of all. So you probably feel that glute digging into the floor. It's kind of like a free massage. You can lean back a little bit. You want to? Like I said, you always want to explore what these stretches could mean to you. Okay, this is your last one. I want you to pull it into the chest. Now, when we take it back down, I want you to create resistance. So fight for it. It's going to go down slowly, but you're pulling the knee with your hands. And then release it. Let's do the same on the other side. So your right foot comes inside the left leg. Fabulous posture. You're going to round, you're going to go into flexion as you pull down. You might have your hands inside that front leg or your forearms, or they might be on the left leg. It doesn't really matter. You're still getting a fabulous stretch. What does matter is how well you breathe while you're stretching. Okay, let's bring it back up. Let's take this foot, sit it on top of that leg. You might need to move your left leg in a little bit. Let's keep this right foot flexed. Don't worry about how high up or low down this right knee is. It is what it is. So, activate by pulling down. Sit up nice and tall with your posture. Now let's take our hands over to the right knee. Let's help it come nice and close to the chest or your torso. And then lower it back down. And pull it in. You can lean back a little bit if that changes up the angle or gives you a little bit more. You're just looking for that, oh yeah, this is good feeling. Take it down. Bring it back up. Now, for the last time going down, I want you to really make it hard. Push as much as you can. PMF stretch. Now release it and try to see if you can get that knee any closer. It's just activating muscle. Nice. Okay. You're going to take your feet nice and wide, as far apart as you can get them. And we're going to sit without rounding our low back. So think about getting nice and long through your torso. Flex the feet, let the toes push up towards the ceiling. You're feeling your shins activate. I'd like you to feel that. And now slowly walk forward, just a few steps and hold on that spot. Feel the difference? Now you're getting into those inner thighs. But we're going to do it gradually. See if you can walk a little further. You're lowering your torso down, but we haven't gone into flexion yet. So you still have a proud chest. Let's walk it a little bit more.
And now I would like you to go into flexion. How you do that is you just let the head go, maybe the forearms come down to the floor. And round your upper back, your thoracic spine. Now, most important. Gotta breathe. Okay, inhale to a flat back, so come off your forearms, get your spine long. Baby steps with your hands back. Till you're back to your starting point. Left hand is gonna go outside your left leg. Right arm is gonna go straight up to the ceiling. Get the arm as long as you can. And now walk your left hand out towards your ankle. And let your side body on the right side get a nice stretch. My chest is still facing forward. So this is a side body stretch. You feeling it? You digging it? Okay, so now we're gonna switch it. You're gonna take your right hand towards the floor and your chest towards that left leg. So rotate your chest slowly, maybe walk that left hand in a little closer. We like doing things in stages here. You don't want to hurt yourself. So I'm just looking at this left leg. That's all I'm doing. Now, inch those hands out a little more forward if you can. See if you can lower the elbows too. And just hold on that spot. And if the arms are still straight and you're digging the feeling, it's all good. Okay, come back up, come back center, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So your right hand goes outside the right leg. Your left arm goes straight up to the ceiling. Now walk that right hand out and let your upper body pull towards the right side. So we're looking for the stretch over the side body on the left. Okay, come back, walk that right hand in a little bit, lower your left hand inside the left leg. Now you're gonna turn your chest to face, the right leg. Turn your chest to face the right leg. So just look at the foot, look at whatever. Maybe I need a heavy here, maybe I don't, can't decide. Okay, now walk it down. And if you can get down on your forearms, go for it. Otherwise, just hang out and breathe. All we're doing is switching up the angles. We're exploring. Okay, come on back up. One last time now, we are going to walk it forward. Hang out wherever you feel like hanging out. 5 big breaths. Nice, now walk it back up. You're gonna bring your legs back together. You're saying, finally, shake them out. So let's take the heels to the corners of the mat. Bring your arms out in front. You're gonna C-curve the spine. You're gonna come down nice and slow. Full body stretch. How awesome is this gonna feel? Take the arms all the way back behind you. Now you wanna be flat on the shoulder blades. So make those minor corrections if needed. Reach your arms long and spread your fingers wide. Now take your hands back there and clasp them together. And then slowly bring them forward. Nice little massage for your thoracic spine. Kind of feel how it presses nice and hard down into the floor. Take them back. So I'm taking like 5 or 6 or 7 counts to go in one direction. Once I get there, my arms back there with my hands together, I'm just hanging out there. And then bring them forward. Six or 7 counts to get them all the way forward. And 6 or 7 counts to get them back. This is your last one. Enjoy it. Hang out with your hands together back there. I'd like you to point your toes. Nice. Now bring your arms forward. You're gonna bring that left knee into the chest. Keep your right leg down on the floor. Now, take your left knee and walk it over, take it over to the right side till it's on the floor. And then take your left arm and open it out to the side. Another little stretch for over the hip. Okay, let's bring that knee back up. Bring it back into the chest for a little hug one more time. And extend it down along the floor. Do the same with the right, pull it in. Keep your left calf on the floor if you can. Now guide your knee down to the left side. Try to have your knee in line with your hip, but if it isn't, it's okay. Open your right arm out to the side. So I'm using my left hand to keep the left knee down. Play around with the angle of that arm, wherever it feels good. Bring the arm back, bring the knee back. I'd like you to bring both knees into the chest. Let's make big circles independent of one another. Just open nice and wide, bring them forward, circle around. And now you're going to change directions. Circle them in the opposite way. And we're going to come into a figure 4 stretch. So both feet on the floor. Left foot flexed over the right thigh. Push your left knee forward. Without using your hands, bring that right knee into the chest. Did a lot of stretching for these hips and hip flexors today. Inner thighs, all these interact together, these muscles. Now take your hands around that right hamstring, give it some help. Try to hug it in a little closer. Moving your left knee forward. That's the activation you're looking for. Put the right foot down, switch legs. Really important to keep that foot flexed. Push your right knee forward. Bring your knee into you without using your hands. Keep pushing that right knee forward. Now, grab a hold of that hamstring, give it a little tug if you can. And take that left foot back to the floor and the right. So your feet are hip width apart, you got bends in your legs. We're just gonna oscillate between left and right with our knees. Let them go right, and then let them go left. Just go side to side. It's a nice little glute massage. Couple more. I know we're out of time, so this is good for you. It's worth it, so worth it. Okay, stand your legs all the way down. Bring your arms all the way back behind you. And we're gonna Pilates style it back up. So tuck your chin, pull in the belly, roll up. I want you to dive forward. Take a few breaths. Now come back up with your torso. I want you to bend your legs. You're coming up onto the toes. We're gonna meet in a full forward fold. Hands above the knees, you're coming up to standing. Nice and slow. Take a nice big deep breath, sweep the arms up. And I thank you very much for your power and strength. Have an awesome day. Okay.